Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. How's everyone today? Sorry, it's just a touch late. Just a very quick sort of check-in today with everyone. Hope you're all well on this Sunday afternoon. I was watching a little bit of the Grand Prix, and then thought I'd do a very quick catch-up live vlog to give you a little bit of news about what's coming up soon on Man City Fan TV. So who's on? Balon D'Or, hello. I'm early for it's all right, mate, don't worry. Fergal Norton, hi Cal. Leonard London, hi Andy, how are you? Today, like I said, this is just going to be a quick one because we've got to do a live vlog shortly. Is Mendy fit to play against Norwich? I'm hoping he is fit. Whether he will do, I'm not too sure, if I'm honest. I think he might be saved for the Preston game. Hi, Chris Lindley, how are you? Wame, hello. J Hope, hello. Kamal Dwyer, hi guys, how are you? Today, we're going to talk about just a couple of things, as usual. This time of day, this being what it is, right in the middle of the international break, there's not much to talk about. I just wish the Premier League would start again. I'm fed up with these international stuff. But yeah, we've got a special guest on our podcast tonight, which I'm going to be, Rob's going to host it. I'm going to be on later in the next hour or two doing that. We're going to talk about him, latest injury roundup on the players like Sane and Aymeric Laporte and others. Florentino Luis, who we've talked about so many times, but there's rumours again about him. Sterling to be a Balon D'Or winner, which there's been an article about him today, and then I'm going to a bit of a Q&A, and then I'm going to ask you, have you got any questions for tonight's live, not live, but tonight's podcast that we're going to record in the next couple of hours. So let's see who else is on. Kiam's on. Happy Sunday, everyone. How are you, buddy? Malpas, hey, how are you, Malpas? You all right, Stacey? Hello, Mr. YouTuber. Mr. YouTuber. Kamal Dwyer. Gundogan pulled out of Germany squad. Yes, that's the news he has. Shrinier, we talked about Shrinier yesterday on the live vlog. Talked all about him and the fact that City have potentially in the summer, we don't know whether it's true or not, but potentially approached Inter Milan with regards to inquiring about him, but Antonio Conte just put the absolute kibosh on that and said no chance he's leaving this summer. So will we go back into Skriniar, however you want to call him, the Slovakian defender Inter Milan? I'll ask some people because I'm in Slovakia. When am I going to Slovakia? Let me just have a look at my board. I'll be there on the 6th of October through to the 11th of October. So I'm there in a few weeks, actually. So I'll speak to the guys out in Slovakia and get the lowdown. Maybe, hopefully, get a few of them on camera and see what they think about Skriniar or Shriniar or however you want to pronounce his name. Corny Gories, hi, how are you, mate? Stacey, good, thanks. Over my headache from all the kids at the women's derby yesterday. Brilliant turnout, absolutely brilliant turnout. And what's interesting is I think by all accounts, I was listening to Talk Sport when I was out this afternoon, and they were saying that they weren't sure whether there was 30,000 at the Chelsea game. Rumours were that it was going to be over 41,000, but they were saying it might have been 30, 31. But they were hoping more would come in. So be interesting what the final, I haven't had a chance to look, but what the final figure was. He's only 24, which could work. He is. Skincare is his name, Joseph. Let's call him Skincare from now on. Him and Laporte could win City the Champions League. Wow, you think that much of him? Hello, Joseph, says Fergal. Kamal, when will the podcast come out? And probably be tomorrow or maybe Tuesday. Not sure. It just depends. Hi, Fergal. How are you, says Joseph. Tired and confused. Malpas, heard from the Women's Supports Club this afternoon. They were saying 25,000. Was that for the Chelsea game? Because, like I said, the woman who was they were talking to live from Stamford Bridge said they think they might be around 30,000, but they were hoping that they would, you know, have sold some more. And I think if I'm right, and I might be totally wrong on this, but I read something somewhere that said Chelsea had given free tickets away for that. Yeah, we sold tickets and got just over 31,000 there. So imagine if they gave free tickets away yesterday, how many we could have sold that top third tier as well. Or, well, sold it, but, you know, give the tickets away. Yeah, be interesting what the final figure would be. Jimbo Bob, boring women's football? No, well, it's not always. The game yesterday wasn't great. I mean, to be honest, I said that yesterday. It wasn't a great spectacle. But it's you know, it's like anything. We see City sometimes at the beginning of the season going, could be better, and you know, that's the first game. It's so it'll take time for this. It's their new season just starting, so it'll take time for getting to the swing of things. Oh, and Andy, how are you, EF? Very boring women's football. No, it's not always very boring, but yesterday wasn't great. Grand, how are you getting on? Very good. Joseph, Shriniad City, I want it to happen. Just went to Stamford Bridge women's game. Oh, you did? Jimbo, well-behaved supporters. They were yesterday. I'm great, thanks. Waiting for pizza to arrive. How many year are you City fans? Ibrahim, I don't know who you're talking to because you said how many year are you City fans, plural. If you're talking about me, I've been a City fan since I was born, but my first game was 42 years ago in March. So 1977 was my first game. Leonard London, Sterling, the best English footballer. Yeah, Joseph, you're so lucky. I collect clovers. Afternoon Blues, hope everyone is good. Scott Williams, how are you? John Grogan, hi Andy, just recovering from a night of Northern Soul last night at Blackburn Soul Club. What was that like, mate? Mate, I'm going to have to come up there and definitely come and have a night out with you. Was it? I'm sure it was just brilliant. Anyway, the music would have been fantastic. Kamal, I started supporting City in 2008. Oh, you're a glory hunter, Kamal. Come on. That's what everyone tells you. 2008, you must have been a glory hunter. You were probably, in 2008, you were probably about 5 or 6 years old, weren't you? So you're hardly a glory hunter, if I'm being honest. Mingy Wong, did you go to the Manchester Women's Derby? It turned out around. No, I didn't go, mate. I was too busy with work stuff, and I'll be honest, it's not my thing, if I'm being honest. Yeah, it turned out, I think, over 31,000. So, Iana Moran, it will cost a fortune to get Shrinier out of Inter. I think, look, I did a bit of research on him yesterday afternoon, evening, and it ran about 54 million quid. Now, City coming for him in January. You're gonna add another, I don't know, 10, 15 million to that. So you're still looking at, you're going down the route of a Maguire, and City aren't going to do that. I started when I was 6 in 2013, I think. I have up to 2003. It was League One. Was my City fans. I think they'd accept around 70 million. City going to pay 70 million for a defender. You know, there was 80 million on the table for Maguire, and City just pulled away and said no chance. Are we going to spend 70 million in January? Would Inter Milan let him go in January? I doubt it. Is he good on the ball? He's actually not too bad. He's not too bad. I don't think there's anything wrong with the player. I just can't see us spending that much money in January. January is a notoriously difficult window. I know we got Laporte in the January window, but that was after what happened the season before when he was injured. So, hi Brian Gardner, 54 million snap their hands. If it's 54, yeah. Finished testimonial Wednesday is, where is Ray? I've no idea where Ray is, mate. KR1. I want Ruben Diaz. Really? Milan Skincare is a good young player. Oh, he's good. Yeah, he's a good player. But like I said, you know, what price in January? It's going to be a lot of money. I mean, Conte's already said in the summer, no chance. You're not having anything to do with him. So, it'd be one of those that the player is going to have to force his way out of Inter Milan if he wanted to join City. It's going to be one of those. Hi, Mark the Blue, how are you? Because if Conte don't want him to go and thinks he's that important for Inter Milan, you're going to have to pay ridiculous money to get him, or the player's going to have to put in a transfer request. It's going to be one of those, because January isn't the ideal time to be buying somebody. Apparently he wants to become inter-captain, so seems unlikely he'll want to leave. Yeah, I think he's better than Maguire. Salam Andy, Salam KR1. Hi Andy and guys, Bernard Deneen is on. Yeah, I just can't. I don't know. I heard rumours on Romagnoli. Where are they from, Joseph? I haven't read them. Hope you're well. Good to see you again. Good to see you, KR1. Not read anything on Romagnoli, I must admit. I'll be honest with you. Not going to be one of these channels that just say, oh, yeah. I've not heard anything. Sergeant Awesome, hey Andy, do you think Man City Fan TV could partner with Manchester City Discord? What's that all about? What do you mean by that? Scott Williams, just the fact is, Jan, we could have to pay an extra 50 million start. Exactly. Just like I said, Scott, I mean, you try and buy somebody away, and you've got to remember, Inter Milan will probably be through the group stages of the Champions League and things like that. So to try and pull a really, really top class player away from a big club in the January transfer window for... it's going to 20 million extra, or it's not. Yeah, it's just. I don't think I can't see it. I just honestly can't see it. I'll be honest. Romagnoli's good, says Fergal, but we'll wait and see. It's one of those. Just getting England 166 for 6 at tea. I was just watching a little bit. My wife was watching the cricket. She loves the cricket, so she was just watching it and filling me in on what's going on. Oh, Discord. Yeah, we know Discord already. We've already trialed it, but we're not going down the Discord platform at the moment. It is something that we might do on the live vlogs and things like that, but we've already, if you saw the live vlog we did the other day with Martin, basically there's an unofficial City fan server that I think would be great to promote the channel. Yeah, Discord is something Kiam's on here, I think. Is Kiam still on? If he's around. Discord's something we spoke about a couple of weeks ago in a production meeting, and I don't think there's an unofficial City fan server. I don't know about that, but Kiam will know more about that than me. But Discord is something we've already looked at, but we've already found another software where we can do live vlogs where you guys hopefully will be able to interact with the channel as well. Sections on. Andy and Sky Blues, how are you? Just going for one of the RB Leipzig centre backs, you reckon? Bernard, Andy, what's your prediction for the Premier League standings? Mine is City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham. Mine City, Liverpool. Can't remember what I said now. Was it City, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Spurs? I think it was. Afternoon, Chris Baker. How are you, buddy? Kiam, we are looking setting up Discord, but still testing how best to use it for the channel. There you go. Bernard Deneen, John Jolly, yo, how are you? Sergeant Awesome. Kiam, I can give you a hand if you want. I'm very experienced with Discord. There you go, Kiam. I think Kiam uses Discord already, if I'm honest. And he was showing me and Rob all about Discord the other week on the production meeting. So I think it's something we're looking at. Definitely, we've already looked at all the things around it. And there are loads of options. As you saw, we've already sorted now the trial video we did that we were playing around with, the live vlog that we did the other day with me and Martin. We were playing around with the software, and you might have saw some graphics coming in, but that was just us. We were just trialing it live rather than doing it on another channel. We wanted to interact with you first and then see how it works and things. And I think we've ironed that down now. So the next time we do a combined live vlog, we'll have everything already set up and the template will be done and the graphics will come in and all that type of stuff. But Discord is Kiam's thing. He's experienced with that. Man United to finish bottom. It's time to sign a Czech player. City, Spurs, Liverpool, Arsenal. You think Spurs will finish ahead of Liverpool? I'm not sure about that. I like Ruben Diaz, plus we have 2 Portuguese internationals in our squad. All right, thanks Andy for answering, man. No problem, buddy. Maybe Kiam, maybe Kiam will give you his email address, and or I can give it, and maybe you talk to Kiam. But I know Kiam definitely he's familiar with Discord and things like that. But if you're something you use and you think that you might be able to offer some advice, we're always open to that. Absolutely. I'll give you. Oh, let me just jump out of that one. I'll put Kiam's email in here. There you go. Sorry. I'll just scroll through because I was a little bit behind there. Oh, Kiam's already done it, so I apologise. I just clicked off it a minute there. So get in touch with Kiam and speak to him. Mkhitaryan 2 goals and assist. Wow. I watched a bit of the Formula 1 when I got back, and then I was just making a sod's law, isn't it? Right in the middle of something, we end up with a. Yeah, thank you.
1 sec.
No problem. There you go. Cheers. Sorry, my lad. Amazon. It's like the Amazon storing centre in this house every single day. So, anyway, back to what we were talking about. Pizza's arrived now. No pizzas. I've just made a peppercorn sauce for tonight. I've got some gorgeous, beautiful flank steaks. So I've just made a peppercorn sauce because I'm doing a live vlog. So that's that. Hi Andy, I need advice on how to quit a job after 1 day. What advice? Listen, there's loads of people on here, mate. I'm not sure I'm the right person to do that, but if you need any advice, Tom, I'm always happy to help. But you'd have to give me some more information. Why is it you want to quit? Blah, 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 blah. But maybe some of the other guys have got more experience of quitting jobs after 1 day than I have. Amazon, yes. I just had a parcel delivered. I thought it was a pizza too. No. Service on a Sunday. Yeah, that's Amazon Prime for you. All or nothing. Hobnobs have been delivered. Right, listen. This is going to be a quick one because I watched a bit of F1 too. Yeah, well done to Leclerc. He held on very well at the end there. But I still Hamilton's season, I think. So injury news. Well, there's nothing really different than we're going to tell you before, and that's the fact that City have basically said that Aymeric Laporte has undergone surgery on his knee, and the surgery carried out by Cugat in Barcelona was as successful as we know, and more details on a prognosis will be provided in due course. We don't know much more than that. As far as the injury that happened to Gabby Jesus, he'll be hopeful that he'll be available for the trip to Norwich after the international break, and he suffered a little bit of a hamstring tweak in training prior to the win over Bournemouth, and he also missed obviously the Brighton game as well. But it's hopeful that that's all sorted now, and said that he got it in training. The injury was done in training. It was precautionary. It wasn't anything too serious, and he'll be hopefully back by the 14th, which is in 6 days' time, which means he's probably back already. John Stones obviously missed the last couple of games because of a muscular injury, and obviously with Laporte being out, it's not good news. But thankfully, it looks like Stones is also back in training, and Stones will be potentially available for Sunday's trip to the Norwich game. Mendy as well. Mendy has been back in training now for 2 to 3 weeks. And Pep Guardiola said if Benjamin is fit, he will have success. He has a special quality and I'm happy with him, but I don't want to say too much, but I'm satisfied because it's been 2 weeks and his recovery after training has been very, very good. He doesn't feel any pain and it's all good. These kinds of traumatic injuries are a bit unlucky. One after another, he couldn't make the rhythm for the season for even half the season or a long time. That is a concern, but now he's training very good. The people from Barcelona are telling me that he is working incredible like an animal, and hopefully he can maintain that because it's not about 1 day or 1 week, it's about every day doing that. Well, as we now know, he's back at Manchester City. He's now in full training, so fingers crossed Mendy will be available after this international break. Whether he'll play against Norwich, I very much doubt it. I think possibly the Preston game, he might come in and play a half or something like that before playing him in a Premier League game. Sane, with regards to Sane, rumoured reports are it could be February, it could be March. It's not. Rumours are it's not going to be until the end of February, which is not great news. But the only saving grace is that takes us through the January transfer window and into February. So if Bayern are wanting to come in for him, they're going to have to pay a lot of money for a player that we don't even know how he's going to play when he comes back. So anyway, I throw eggs at the boss, Tom. Tom, I've got an apprenticeship I may be getting, but only found out today. I started yesterday, fish and chip shop. I've got an apprenticeship. Oh, sorry, jump there. I've got an apprenticeship I may be getting, but only found out today, and I started yesterday at fish and chip shop. Mate, your apprenticeship is long term. Take that as your guarantee in the future, mate. If you've got an apprenticeship, you can always get a job in a fish and chip shop. You can't always get an apprenticeship this day and age. So for me, if you wanted my advice, take the apprenticeship and yeah, put everything you've got into it, enjoy it. And if it's not something you enjoy, you can always get a job in a fish and chip shop. There you go. I think Man United are in huge trouble and Tottenham will struggle. And from what I've heard from one of my cousins who works high up in Tottenham, he said, can't see Pochettino staying. Wait and see. All or nothing, Hobnob's delivery. I threw eggs on Friday night at my previous employer's place. Zinchenko. CEO had a natural left back. We haven't. Come on, the Aussies. Bugger off, Fergal Norton. Zinchenko, Otter Stones, Walker. That's enough. We don't need one, clearly. JTR 35 still have won 6 trophies, absolutely. Steve Coppell can give you help on leaving a job after 31 days. Sergeant also, imagine if we had a fully fit left back that's always played, we'd be dominating England. We've already dominated England. England's dominated by Man City, so maybe dominated Europe. I know a biscuit warehouse you can Fergal comments like, come on the Aussies, we will see you in training with the kids. Yeah, get him in there. Afternoon, Glen Mountain, how are you? Himster, do you reckon of West Ham this season? Please look past the beating you gave. Hey, listen, I love West Ham. West Ham are one of my, you know, when you always have a little soft spot for another team, West Ham and Everton are those 2 teams that I actually like in the Premier League. And when I say like, I mean I actually like watching West Ham and Everton. So I always root for them. Obviously not against City, but West Ham and Everton for me are the 2 teams in the Premier League that I'm always hopeful do really well. The rest of them, not interested in whatsoever. But West Ham and Everton are the 2 teams that I really, really like in the Premier League. So I hope they do really well. I really do. City fans and West Ham fans for decades have had like a really, really strong affiliation. Obviously, Everton and City fans have had a strong relationship because of Liverpool. But West Ham, considering they're not close, they're 170, 80 miles away from Manchester. There's always been a real affiliation because of where we were in the 80s and 90s, so the 90s in particular. So I hope both teams do really well. I really do. Ollie won't be at the wheel in 2020. West Ham top 9. Can I have advice on how to make a pack of wagon wheels last longer than a day? I can't do that. I can't eat. I honestly couldn't eat one in a day. I couldn't eat 2 in a day, if I'm being honest. But I don't know how to stop you eating a whole pack of wagon wheels in one day. West Ham have Pellegrini, they'll be fine. I like West Ham because they let roll over for us when we play in London. Oof, it's a bit harsh. Tom, working my local bourbon factory. Got a soft spot for Blackpool. West Ham, great fans. Love going to Upton Park, yeah. Yeah, like I said, there's always been a real affiliation between City fans and West Ham fans in particular. And I love going to Goodison Park. I think it's a great stadium, even though it's, it's like wooden and everything, and the view is normally crap from the way end, but it's a great stadium. I love it. I love the atmosphere. I love the old school. Everyone hangs around where the bus comes right outside. There's no barriers, not like the Etihad where you have to stand 30 yards away and you're looking to try and see the players. You're right there. They might put a bit of a barrier up as the players come off the coach, but you're right on top of them. And you see all the likes of ex-Everton players just walking out right immediately in front of you and go and have a chat with them if you want to. So yeah, proper old stadium, and I like it. Fingers crossed somebody can get me an Everton away ticket. Leeds United back to the Premier League. I hope so, Gustavo. Another big club. Bernard asked someone you know to hide the wagon wheels individually around the house. There you go. Do a bit of a wagon wheel hunt. Do you think Angelino will be City player next season? Not too sure. I have a soft spot. I have a soft spot for Shakhtar Donetsk. Why? West Ham always play good football. Yeah, they do. Man United are like Rich T. They collapse under pressure. We're back to biscuits. Kiam like an Easter egg hunt. Great idea, mate. There you go. I just said that, Bernard. Get them spread around the house like I used to do with my kids when they were young. Last couple of bits of news. City eyeing a €15 million Manchester United target next summer. This is from Caught Offside, and it's like, hold on a minute, hold on. Not Manchester United target. We were in for this before United even shown any interest in this player, and that's obviously the Benfica midfielder, Florentino Luis. And if you go back on all the live vlogs, spoke about it months ago, about this particular player, well before United were ever linked with this player. So, Caught Offside, get your bloody titles right and stop being, let's say, argumentative and sort of like sucking fans in by that type of title. Anyway, the 20-year-old Portuguese player, product of obviously Benfica's youth system, he's made 19 appearances for the club, scoring a goal and providing assists so far. And according to Record, so another one we've quoted months going back via Sky Sports, City manager Pep Guardiola has told the club scouts to track the 20-year-old's progress, certainly this season, and that next summer City are definitely going to go in for him. Man United are also interested in Florentino, who's valued at around about €15 million, according to Transfer Market, with Ebola claiming that the Red Devils were monitoring him and Ruben Diaz. Somebody else mentioned before. He's been doing really well at Benfica so far, and there's doubt that several clubs will be interested in signing him. Man City have already had 2 fine defensive midfielders in Rodri and Fernandinho, as we know. However, the latter is in his mid-30s and yet to extend the contract. Now, if you read that, you're looking at this kid, and €15 million sounds like peanuts, absolute peanuts. But you only have to look at who have we got on loan at Aston Villa. Well, sold with a buyback clause. Why would go back in? Maybe go back in and put him back out on loan or something to make some money out of him in the future. Is he as good? Is he as good as what Villa have from us at the moment with a €25 million buyback clause? So I'm going to take it with a bit of pinch of salt. City have been obviously scouting him, and that's perfectly fine. But I'm not going to pay much attention to that particular one. Do you think Mourinho will happen? No, I don't think. That's my honest opinion. No, I don't think Inter will let him go, and certainly not in January. Maybe the summer, but certainly not in January. Unless we offer him we offer them ridiculous money, like the Maguire type of money, or he puts in a transfer request. But January, he's going into the period of, you're thinking Inter will still be in the next round of the Champions League. So no, they won't want to get rid of him. Is Benjamin Mendy available for Norwich? Did you hear about the French national anthem mix-up? It wasn't the French national anthem, it was the Albanian mix-up. I don't think it was the French one, it was the Albanian, Luke. Iana, no, by the way, you Irish. I don't want Sancho back. He's hugely overrated for me. Replacing Sani with him is like forever. I agree with you, Kiam. Totally agree. It's an Irish name, Fergal. I think Norwich is a little too soon. I do too. Leonard, Kiam, I've sent you an email. There you go. Joseph, I know that's why I'm asking. Thanks, Sergeant. I'll take a look after this live. Against Preston, we'll give Mendy a last 30 minutes. Well, that's my thoughts, Leonard. We'll wait and see. Andy, what is your email? Mine is the same as all the other emails. I just don't have a name at the beginning. It's just, I run the actual official one, which is mcfcfantv at gmail.com. So if you want to contact Kiam over anything you want to ask him, or the FIFA stuff, put Kiam, Kiam, before the Man City MCFC Fan TV, or if you want to contact Rob over anything to do with podcasts and videos, and put Rob, MCFC Fan TV, put the MCFC Fan TV at gmail.com. That's my account for the whole channel. So there you go. Finally, before I go, because I've obviously got to prepare for this podcast that's coming up shortly. According to Goal today, better than Neymar, Sterling tipped to win the Balon D'Or at Man City, and basically they're saying the winger has registered more goals and assists than the PSG star last season and was on fine form again last night. For England, he said he's one of the top 5 players in world football, better than Neymar, and should be targeting winning the Balon d'Or in his career, according to former Chelsea and Marseille forward Tony Cascarino. I'm assuming that came from Talk Sport with Georgie Bingham. The Man City winger put in another incisive performance for England on Saturday night with a goal and an assist in the 4-0 win over Bulgaria. Neymar made a goal scorer in turn for Brazil in the week, netting in the 2-2 draw with Colombia after 3 months out with an ankle injury. But Cascarino, for Cascarino, he says Sterling has surpassed him in recent seasons. Asked who would you rather have, Neymar or Sterling? He said, I'd have Sterling as a player. He said, try to ignore the antics that have gone on with Neymar off field. I actually think Sterling's better on the field. His numbers are better and he's playing in a better team. I've seen Neymar do things that no other footballer can do in the game, like Harlem Globetrotters of football. But if you want a player to be brilliant for the team and score goals at the rate Neymar can, Sterling's your man. Sterling's, and then it goes on to say that he registered more goals and assists last season, but Neymar was injured, if I'm being honest. And he went on to say, I would definitely argue he's in the top 5 players in the whole world, added Cascarino. What excites me about Sterling is the improvement. The improvement has been dramatic. If you were to put him on the market tomorrow, Man City would take 150 million for him. I'm not sure we would. If it continues to improve, he'll become the first or second best player in the world and probably win the Balon d'Or along the way. If he wins the Champions League with Man City and plays a big part in that, and he scores a lot of goals over the course of the season, he'll have a great chance of winning the Balon d'Or. So high praise from Tony Cascarino, and I can't say I disagree with anything he's got to say there other than that 150 million. You joking? What? It's worth more than 150 million right at this very second. Never mind about winning a Ballon d'Or. No chance. Absolutely no chance. Would City let him go? If City are putting £145 million buyout clause or sell-on clause, or, you know, but this is how much it's going to cost on Leroy Sané, Sterling's completely outdone Leroy Sané over the last 2 seasons. So yeah, he'd want 200 million plus for Raheem Sterling at this moment in time. Bernard, Sterling is a machine. He is. Totally deserved? No, it's not totally deserved, Leonard. He's worth more than that. When we win the Champions League, I can't wait to see Liverpool fans try to take the mick. Oh, yeah, I mean, they will do. They'll go on to something else. We're going to talk about it tonight on the podcast, so maybe tune in when the podcast comes out. Sterling will never win the Ballon d'Or. City's not allowed, or we're deliberately ignored. I mean, that's the whole thing, isn't it? Kiam, let's face it, if you've got the best player in the world in midfield, and that is Kevin De Bruyne, having a worldie of a season and wins the Balon D'Or and plays anywhere like he did the season before, he still wouldn't be nominated for the Balon D'Or. We know that. If Modric deserves one, KD deserves $1 million. That says it all, Sergeant Awesome. Anyway, City have the best wingers in the world. We do. One of them's sadly injured. But anyway, I didn't know Liverpool fans are arrogant as hell. You didn't? Where have you been hiding? Under a rock? We're going to talk about them tonight on the podcast. But anyway, listen. Paul Standall says 200 million. That's just nuts. Crazy, crazy money. Well, 146 million for Coutinho. Done absolutely nothing. 160 million for Dembele to Barcelona. Done absolutely nothing. Raheem Sterling, it's got to be worth far more than that. But anyway, listen. Cheers, Andy and the brethren. No problem. Listen, I've got to go because tonight we've got a guest on our podcast tonight, and we're going to record it in just over an hour's time. And what we've got, I'm sure many of you have listened, or if you're on social media, if you're on Twitter in particular, you'll know who this person is, and he's got rave followings from the likes of Sean Gota, from the likes of Ian Wright, ex-Arsenal, and that is Pundit J. Pundit J's coming on the podcast tonight, and yeah, can't wait to have him on. So he's going in the studio with Rob. I'm going to speak to him shortly, and we're going to talk all about, everything from Liverpool to United to VAR. I'm sure that'll be brought up, and all sorts of stuff and things like that. And yeah, we'll talk to him about his little sort of claim to fame at the moment, because you've got Ian Wright on social media, retweeting him, laughing and joking over Pundit J's videos. And I did a video with him last year when it was, I did a preview video with him for Man City Fan TV before the United game on there, and he's a lovely guy, really nice guy, and he's very impartial on Manchester football. He's very passionate about Manchester football, not just United. He's a United fan, but it's always been very objective with his views about Manchester City as well. So yeah, I got in touch with him. Well, I'm always in touch with him anyway, but last week I said to him, look, let's get you on the podcast, because we've been trying for a while, and he's free, and so he's going into the studio. I'm going to catch up with Rob and Jay, and we're going to do a podcast for an hour or two and talk all about City, United, VAR, the Premier League, all sorts of different stuff, European Super League, and talk about where United are going to finish, and then talk about a little bit about his little sort of claim to fame at the moment, and how everybody absolutely loves his little videos that he does, and rewind and all that type of stuff. So I'll be back sometime tomorrow, and with more sort of updates, but I need to go and prep for this podcast. And yeah, guys, listen, thank you so much for tuning in, really appreciate it. I know it's Sunday afternoon. Pundit J, sorry, what was that? Ian Wright, right. Pundit J's brilliant. He's really nice guy. Sorry, got the hiccups now. But we'll be back tomorrow, and hopefully, if everything goes smoothly tomorrow. Tonight, the podcast might come out tomorrow, so fingers crossed. But anyway, thanks for checking in. We'll be back tomorrow as normal on Man City Fan TV. If you're not a subscriber, click subscribe, hit that bell icon. Take care, Andy. You too, mate. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Take care, Blues. Having a great Sunday.